When crypto starts acting like money, when crypto starts to have real usability, when crypto starts being accepted by thousands and thousands of businesses worldwide, what does that mean for us in 2026? My name is Daniel Leinhardt. Welcome back to the Crypto Investar Podcast. All right, let us talk honestly today. We don't have charts. I'm not looking at candles. I'm not making predictions pulled out of thin air. But let us talk about what crypto was supposed to be and why 2026 might quietly become the year that separates usable crypto from tradable crypto. Because there is a question I can't check anymore. And that question is not how high will the crypto go, but this is when will crypto actually start behaving like money? So if you are holding any crypto token out there, I think you should be asking yourself how broad can you use those tokens as real money? Not looking at price. How will this token rise from $2 to $20? How will I turn my $2,000 investment into $200,000 investment? But it should be, you are holding that crypto, but can that crypto act like real money? Or you are actually simply holding a speculative asset? And I think that's one of the mistakes and misfortunes that I was getting previously. I think around 2021, there's a token I was holding. It was called Graph token. Graph token was a token based on Zilliqa blockchain. You know Zilliqa? A crypto responsible for shading and all that. So there was a token called Graph. So I bought Graph at around $0.2 and I sold Graph at around $1.5. You know, $1.50, and I made some profits. Coming back after 3 months to check on the crypto that I sold, is it growing? Is it stunted? Did it dump? The project was nowhere to be seen. It was not on CoinMarketCap. It was not on any exchange. I checked their websites and they were all off hosting and they were being up for sale. That's like, wait. The only crypto that I was able to make some profits is also no more. I was like, what was I holding? Which means if I hold it for like other 2 or 3 months, I would have faced the biggest loss. Because what I remember, I invested in, I think, around $300, and I got something like $1,000 is like $900, and it was good money in a period of like 4 months of waiting, you know. So my aim investing in that token, it wasn't about if this token can be used for this, if this token can be used for this. Oh my God, I'm holding a real generational asset. I was simply looking for a project where they are saying nice words about it and with small supply. And I was like, okay, I think this can actually make it. If I can hold this for the next 4 months and I can get some profits, I can sell it and then do this. That was the aim. I have been in this space long enough to see the cycles, to see Bitcoin, to see Ethereum, to see Solana, to see Zilliqa, you name it. But I think every cycle comes with with the same premise. Every cycle comes with the same premise. This time, adoption is here, and there is no more need for new tricks every new cycle. But if we are being real, most crypto today still works like a casino chip, not like currency. It's just speculation. So you buy it, you hold it, you hope somebody else pays more, and then you can be able to have a price increase, and then you also dump it. So when you actually want to use that crypto, you convert it back to fiat money. Then that's not money. That's not how money should work. That's speculation with extra steps. And this is where my thinking started changing. And it is over the last few months, 2 months, when I started following Troptions and now TroptionsUnity, which is Tunity, TUNIT. Because whether people like it or not, I believe something different is happening here. I think yesterday I was talking with Brian Stone, the president for Troptions, and he was telling me about Troptions House. And what I understood about Troptions House is, it is insane. It is like, I couldn't believe it. I was like, how can such an amazing asset, an amazing technology being built and few people already using it, and the world isn't knowing? I actually didn't know that Troptions are that conk serious like they are with Troptions House. I was like, what? They are building an asset for generational wealth. Actually, what I understood about Troptions House is that it is rarely an individual asset, because you might not be able to raise all that amount to invest in it. But it can be a family asset. It can be a brotherhood asset. You join 3 of you or 4 of you or 5 of you. It can be a company asset that maintains its worth. Not for 1 year, or not for 2 years, not for 3 years, but I'm talking about a generational asset. Should I think that some few people are using this advantage where it's not yet out there in the world to own a lot of Troptions House so that they can be on top of everybody? That is a discussion for another day. But they are building quietly, without hype, without screaming on X every 5 minutes, without paying ex-influencers and Telegram big groups to post their project and say nice words about it and all that, because that does not bring in real believers. Believing is a spirit. Believing is realization. When you hype it, you are bringing in speculators. You are bringing in people who are looking for quick wealth. Not actually quick wealth, quick riches. So it is asking, how do we make crypto usable without conversion? That is TroptionsUnity. TroptionsUnity is not asking how do we trade crypto faster, but it is asking how do we make crypto usable without conversion. That distinction matters more than people realize. I want us to compare this for a second. When you look at Bitcoin, it is termed as the digital gold, a great store of value. Well, at first, Bitcoin was never aimed to store value. And that is something that I've really understood as I get deeper into crypto understanding. It was never meant to be a store of value. It was made to be a peer-and-peer electronic cash. That's it. Person-to-person digital money. Decentralized. That is it. Now, the great store of value was simply a speculation that was brought up by people. And right now, Bitcoin is a great store of value. You've seen it since 2009, and right now, how it has been performing. However, there's still some little bit of speculation from big institutions, top crypto figures. Their statements will determine the price of Bitcoin. It has limited supply of 21 millions. But let us be honest. You don't buy groceries with Bitcoin. It is expensive. It would be crazy. The transaction confirmations take forever, and the person wants to receive the money right away, confirm it, then you move out. You don't pay rent with Bitcoin. You protect wealth with Bitcoin. Yeah, for that for sure. You can protect your wealth with Bitcoin because it is a store of value. But day-to-day transactions, I think for peer-to-peer transactions, it is losing it. Bitcoin doesn't want to be money anymore. But it wants to be a collateral. And that's okay. When you look at Ethereum, Ethereum is an infrastructure. It is dealing with smart contracts. It is dealing with DeFi. It is dealing with NFTs. It is dealing with DAOs. But Ethereum isn't money either. When you look at the gas fees that fluctuate all the time and so high, when you look at the user experience being so complex, when you still need bridges, when you still need wallets, when you still need layers and conversions, Ethereum is a financial operating system, but not daily cash. When you look at this Solana, you realize that it is very fast, extremely fast. You will realize that fees with Solana are so cheap, completely so cheap in decimal points. And when you look at the blockchain, it is highly scalable. So Solana, for now, it is an amazing technology, a lot of scalability with it. But again, most Solana usage revolves around trading. It revolves around NFTs. It revolves around meme coins. It revolves around DeFi loops. It is efficient for crypto to crypto movement, but not real world settlement. I'm going to talk about Zilliqa. Most people don't know about Zilliqa, but it has quite some big influence. It is dealing with shading innovation. It is focusing on solid research. But adoption, merchant usage, daily life integration, it is so limited as of now. So when you look at TroptionsUnity, it is trying to see what is happening negatively with all these projects and why they are not tackling crypto being used as real money. And Troptions enters the conversation differently. Troptions at first were never designed for crypto to crypto trading. At least let's have that sink. Troptions from way back in 2003, they were never designed for crypto to crypto trading. When that sinks in, you get to understand the real concept of Troptions, and if that interests you, then you get in. But Troptions were created way back in 2003, even long before Bitcoin, long before Ethereum, long before any of this. And the idea was simple: to facilitate barter trade and e-commerce. Facilitate barter trade and e-commerce. Not speculation, not leverage, not yield farming, but to trade for goods, to trade for services, to trade for value exchange. Fast forward today, with the TroptionsUnity, that original vision is being rebuilt, this time around with Solana blockchain infrastructure. And this is where Carl Landon's comment really hit me hard. He said, when you buy TroptionsUnity, you're not just buying a token, but you are regaining access to a live, functioning payment rail with real customer power. When you buy TroptionsUnity, you're not just buying a token, but you are gaining access to a live, functioning payment rail with real consumer power. Believe me, that is a heavy statement, because most of crypto doesn't give you access to anything except volatility. It doesn't give you access to anything except volatility. You will get some heart attacks because you're trying to monitor your charts every single day to see if it is pumping or actually dumping or stunted. When we talk about real usage, TroptionsUnity is not in theories, because we are already seeing Unity being used for restaurants in California, accepting it for food, burgers, drinks. We have seen factories coming up accepting TroptionsUnity, factories that produce clothes, carpets, sportswear. They want to tokenize their production. We have seen artists tokenizing physical artwork. I think it is Bowood. Yes, Bowood is accepting TroptionsUnity for his artwork. We've seen healthcare platforms accepting it for several services and also drugs and shipments. We've seen doctors coming up accepting it as a humanitarian tool to fight malaria in Nigeria and tropics. This is not white paper language. It is not white paper language, but this is economic behavior. And this is the question that I want to ask you slowly. How much Unity are you holding? How many Unity tokens are you holding? I'm not asking you this because of the price, but because of participation. Are you holding 500 Unity? Are you holding 1,000 Unity? Are you holding 10,000 Unity? And why? Why are you holding that amount? What is your purpose? Because in real economy, money doesn't gain value because people hold it. It gains value because people accept it for work and services. Money doesn't gain value because people hold it, but money gains value because people accept it for work, for services, for products, for real value exchange. So here is the real 2026 question. What can you offer to get paid in Unity? website and SEO services, marketing on social media, transport services, selling a car, selling land, selling a house or a motorcycle for Tunity, offering professional services at your workplace for Tunity. Because this is not fantasy. This is literally how money value is discovered. It is discovered through acceptance. Okay, think about it. No one asked you in the early days of fiat, will this currency pump? Did anybody ask you that? So when you are using your dollars or shillings or yuan or Mexican pesos or pounds or euros, does anybody ask you if your euro is going to pump? Does anybody put you aside and ask you, oh my God, which money is used in Nigeria? I'm trying. Niger. Which one is used? What is the Nigerian currency? Oh my goodness, I'm forgetting. Nigerian currency, Naira. Definitely. Does anybody put you aside to ask you how? If the Naira is going to pump? No. But they asked, can I buy food with this? Can I pay rent with it? Will somebody accept it for my work? That's conversation that TroptionsUnity is quietly forcing again. This is the conversation that we want to put in people's mind again. Not will Tunity pump? Oh my God, Tunity is launching at $1 each token, but oh my God, is it going to pump to $2? Do you think it is going to pump to $3 in the next 6 months? Like TroptionsPay did? Tell me please, can I buy it? Do you think it's going to pump? No. I want you to ask, can I use this Tunity to buy food with it? Can I pay rent with it? Oh my God, can I buy mobile phones with this Tunity? Is there a merchant that is selling computers? Can I buy a new Apple computer with this? That is what I want you to ask in 2026 when we actually launch on DEX and givebacks. So I believe crypto didn't fail, but it drifted. It drifted towards trading instead of trade, because these are two different words. It drifted towards trading instead of being a trade asset. It drifted towards speculation instead of exchange. Asset for goods, asset for products, asset for services. It drifted from price to price instead of purpose. And TroptionsUnity feels like a correction, not a revolution. So TroptionsUnity is trying to correct what went wrong, and it is not trying to revolutionize the entire crypto space, because we would have come with our own unique blockchain that has never existed, but we are using the same blockchain, but saying we want people to accept this as money. We don't want people to join in here because they want to speculate our asset. So we are basically returning to basics. I'm not telling you what to buy. I'm not telling you what will mourn, but I'm asking something much harder with the TroptionsUnity. Are you willing to grow with an ecosystem instead of betting on one? Anybody trying to get into TroptionsUnity, this is a question for you. Are you willing to grow with an ecosystem instead of betting on one? Because if crypto is going to matter in the real world, it has to start acting like money again. And maybe, just maybe, 2026 is the year we find out which projects were built for that moment. 2026 is going to be a year where we discover real projects with the real usability. TroptionsUnity is getting out there. TroptionsUnity is getting out there on the market. Yes, to be traded just like any other crypto. TroptionsUnity is going to act like a face for the entire Troptions ecosystem. And you got to understand what TroptionsUnity means for you to be able to understand what the entire Troptions ecosystem means. Troptions ecosystem has the most valuable assets. Troptions Gold, X-Troptions, Troptions Pay, Troptions House. But they are not for the weak. They are not for mediocres. You must have real vision. You must have real money. You must have real dream. You must have a different perspective of crypto for you to be able to be a part of the Troptions ecosystem. We are all about education. We are all about e-commerce. We are all about using crypto as money as it was supposed to do. To be, not to do, not to be, to do and to be. And that is it for today. That is something worth thinking about, at least for 5 minutes. Yeah. My name is Daniel Leinhardt. Thank you for tuning into the Crypto Investor Podcast. Stay focused, stay curious, stay invested, and stay in the know. Bye for now. Let me see you soon in the next episodes.